that's where this whole "we'll say it for you" thing kind of started. And I think you tapped into that a little bit, because there are a lot of Christians that are sick of this tiptoeing around kind of thing. I got in trouble on Twitter a couple months ago. Go figure. I said something along the lines of, Jesus doesn't care about your feelings. Jesus cares about you knowing the truth.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
That's right.
And when it comes to the eternal soul and, where are you headed when this is all over? Your feelings don't matter in that. You either know the truth or you don't. Now, as Christians, once we know the truth and we accept Jesus into our heart, then it is our obligation to love as Jesus loved, right?
Right.
But loving someone is not agreeing with someone. In fact, truly loving someone is actually that person that'll tell you, hey, buddy, you are jacking it up right now, and you need to fix yourself immediately. So many people are concerned about tiptoeing around those hard issues now, and I think it's just fear. Like, the church seems to be afraid.
I do think that's the case. I think the church is kind of like, I think that the church is full of mainly really great people.
Oh yeah, of course.
Which I think we most people kind of agree on, but I think that a lot of people don't know what to do.
Yeah.
And we don't have like relationship. And for instance, I think, as you just said, I think there's really wonderful good faith arguments to have.
Of course.
Whether it's on politics.
Yeah.
Right? Literally everybody that works for me is fairly hyper liberal, atheist, agnostic. Out of my 15 employees, well over half of them, we wouldn't agree on anything about anything, but we're best friends. And I think there's good faith in the church, whether it's about the issues you mentioned. There are things that we can talk about. I think what we're missing a lot of times is the relationship aspect.
That's right.
And because social media and everybody wants like their little bite, they want to say, well, are you okay with ABC? And like, I'm not here to tell you what you're doing is wrong. I'm here to say that what we're all doing is wrong. That's the point.
Yeah.
And then in relationship, I think you can begin to have those conversations.
Yeah.
And there are tons of things to talk about. I'm always like, man, there's so much to. Nobody ever asked me, well, John, do you have a problem with premarital sex? Well, John, do you have a problem with smoking cigarette? Nobody asked me those kind of things.
Yeah.
They just want these trigger things.
Yeah.
And I'm
Right.
like, that's not even the point. The point is in church, we should have relationships. My pastor talks to me about the way I raise my kids, in a relational way.
Yeah.
So, John, what do you think about that? Do you think you should spank them or not? We talk about it, and so I think that the church could be doing a better job. I do think we're afraid, and I don't think that's good.